Hello, pile number one, and welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here today. So we're going to be taking a look into how it is that people in your past saw you and how it is that they see you now. I did post on my community board that I would write some messages down. This would save a bit of your guys' time and also help me to preserve my own energy going through the reading. So I have a few messages here, and I've got the other piles below, but I thought I'd just quickly flash that. So opening up your messages, the way that people saw you in the past, we've got intimidated by your potential. So I feel as though in your past, this is what I got in meditation when I first got that message. People saw you as letting go of reasons to keep yourself small. I think you held yourself back a lot, and you did it out of a subconscious motivation of being fearful of your potential or your strength, your capabilities, your future. There was a lot of uncertainties that could have intimidated you guys and brought you to a stop in some sort of form of progress. I think you guys could have felt a little bit silenced as well. I just felt that come up in a throat chakra block. I think you guys could have been really harsh on yourself as well. You guys could have talked yourselves down to yourself a lot, or had a bad habit of thinking negatively about yourself, and it was non-stop. It's your if you guys are in a pattern of talking poorly to yourself, I would encourage you to become more disciplined in being conscious of what you say to yourself. Once you become conscious of what you say to yourself, you then learn what you need to treat yourself. It might be as simple as recorrecting your thoughts. So when you get one negative thought, you counterbalance it with two positive thoughts. And the more you do that, the more you'll shift your habit. And also shift your feelings about yourself. When you say you can't, reaffirm that you can. Double the times that you said that you can't. You know what I'm saying? Becoming consciously aware of the way you use language will help you to take control of the way it is that you are charging or feeding the energies that are inside of you. I think this is something that you guys, people around you, or at least in your immediate circles, groups of friends and family, this is something that they saw you needing to go through or having going through at the time in your past. They also, I've got written here, wanting to break free of destructive behaviors. Interesting. I think that also comes into the whole channeled message of like how you treat yourself and the relationship you share with yourself, your confidence, the way you speak to yourself, the secrets you hold back about your feelings as well, and the secrets that you hold about what you know that is true in the world around you or in the people around you. There also came up in the meditation that there was a need to let go of negative influences in your life. So things like negative people, negative outlets of attention on things, because it wasn't good for your mental health and it wasn't good for your emotional health. It's good to be aware of what's going on in the world, but if you're paying too much attention and focus or emotional investment in things that you know only make you feel worse, that is what you are feeding. So to counterbalance what you were feeding, you could have started to starve what you were feeding. You could have pulled your attention back from what you were over invested in or focused on. And I think what you guys would have noticed upon reflection in your past, there was a yearning for growth and opportunity. I think you didn't see how you had fallen into a karmic pattern of self-harm, and it might not have been physical self-harm. It could have quite literally been like toxic habits, like addictions to substances. It could have been self-harm, quite literally. it could have been many things, even just the relationship you share with yourself, your monologue, the situations you accepted in your life, the relationships you accepted, the types of dynamics of exchange of energy and relationships, friendships, surroundings and environments. You guys get it. You saw how negativity had poisoned many different areas of your life and hurt you in many different multi-dimensional versions of yourself, which means you had to undo all this negativity layer by layer by layer by layer. And with recognizing how this negativity had poisoned every layer of life, you had stripped back parts of yourself that you had conditioned into being as a reactive response to what built that layer up to begin with, and taught you a version of yourself that you believed you needed to be to protect yourself and get through life. It could have been something that you used as a band-aid form of healing. Does that make sense? Sorry, I said I wasn't going to channel in these messages, but I guess these trigger words help me to refer back to the energy. And I'm also got my mirror as always, and my sage on standby if we need that. But yeah, I also think people could have seen a lot of hidden sorrow or possibly gossiped amongst themselves over concerns of you having depression in the past, or feeling as though you guys could have been controlled, or felt as though you could have entered into something too fast. What else have we got here? Wanting freedom and inner peace. Yeah, people around you in the past could have seen as though you guys were suffering with a lot of inner conflict or even turmoil, and you guys probably wanted to break free of that and heal past that. And then we have emotionally unavailable and detached. So yeah, people could have felt as though you were distant, not really grounded. You guys could have been operating in focuses of the past, which means you weren't really present. You weren't really aware of what was really going on around you and who was there for you at the time. Perhaps you could have been rejecting love as a trauma response, which happens quite a lot. I think you realize a lot about yourself in many different ways. Like I said, your multidimensional versions of self, which means every different part of you that contributes to the whole personality of you. Because once again, there is only so much that we can express through what we see outside of us. There is a lot of the time, lots of things going on within ourselves that we don't even know how to channel in healthy ways. So we feel as though we need to control it and hide it and shut it away. And this is what people felt as though they saw in you. You could have been quite a lot in your mind and floating off to many different other places, and that's what people saw of you in the past. A lot of people empathized with you that were around you in your immediate circles, and a lot of people had a lot of concerns for you in the past. Yeah, I don't know. You could have had your focuses on many different really depressive areas of life, and could have even been combative around politics, news, conflicts within communities. You could have experienced or had like a lot of pettiness could have caught your attention a lot and triggered you into frustration, not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. I heard you say, I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like that's someone who sent that to me within their intentions while watching this. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and take a look. See into how it was that you saw yourself. And this will just double confirm that this reading is for you guys. So how is it that pile number 1 saw themselves in the past? You saw yourself as having recognized how you ignored your intuition, and you became catalyzed by your inner nature of wanting to get closer to yourself into a self-discovery journey, which led you into a massive transformation, with number 74 being here, 55, and also 22 in reverse. So you're recognizing how everything was going wrong the more you ignored your better judgment, the more you ignored your inner guidance and your better advice that you would have given to other people that would have been in your own situation. I think you recognize that there was more to life than what you were living. And I think you had to forgive yourself for a lot of things, pile number 1. I think you could have experienced a lot of disappointment in your past. And what I just saw was like a great flood that went through like nature, which is making me think that there was a lot of inner emotions that could have flooded the true, I don't know, essence of your nature. Perhaps it dampened things and things had to grow again. And once again, within nature needs the sun to grow, and that's symbolic or metaphoric in ways. And what I mean by that is, if you've got no sources of happiness, you've got nothing to grow the nature back inside of you. Does that make sense? I hope so. But yeah, you recognize how there wasn't many sources for happiness or joy or simplicity or areas in life that allowed you to flourish for who it was that you were. So yeah, it set you out on a new point of discovery. That's how people witnessed your growth process from the past until now, pile number 1. So good on you. Well done. You guys are really strong individuals for that, because I know those paths are not easy. It's like a path of reclaiming your individuality and originality and learning to own that and be comfortable with that. And I recently posted something on my Facebook page saying that one of the greatest revolutions that we all get to experience is the revolution of acceptance of self. Because the longer we have issues with self-acceptance, the more we give permission to the opinions and expectations of the world around us to have more impact and effect on us that could prolong us from living a happy and fulfilling life and living well. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess when you release the importance of the conditions and expectations of others, you release a pressure from yourself. And that's what creates a huge transformation for you, because you're no longer in resistance of just being. You no longer live to fulfill conditions of others that didn't belong to you to begin with. So I think you've done a lot of transformation around releasing attachments and reclaiming the importance of how you feel about yourself. What other people think ultimately don't matter. And yes, it does influence us in ways if we allow it. And I've always said, you know, people's opinions only matter if we let them matter to us, by us having emotional attachment to what that opinion is. So I would say be careful who you give permission to have that sort of power over you. Only give that power to the ones that matter, that love you, and won't abuse that power. Pile number 1. And I think for others of you, you've already learned this lesson, this soul lesson. You've already used this and been moving through this and have moved through it, you know. And some of you are still going through that process, and that's understandable, because once again, learning the truth of who we are comes from human experience, and life is consistently evolving, so we're always learning. You know what I'm saying? If we want to move and flow with life and evolve with life. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at how it is that people see you now. The energy is much lighter. It's much more breathable. You guys probably feel freer than what you once did. So I'm just going to grab another deck as well, because I'm seeing it like jumping at me. Okay, how is it that people are seeing pile number 1 now in the present? So the way that people see you now is Having become aware of your comfort zones and breaking past self-imposed limitations, having belief within yourself, and following the truth of what is most meaningful to you. You guys are challenging the status quo and proving to yourself what you are capable of doing. People see you taking things slow, but they are glad that you're doing that because it almost ensures a more stable outcome. So whatever it is that you're working on building for yourself, people see it coming into being and materializing if it hasn't already. But they see it happening in ways that are going to last, you know, long term, I would probably say here. People also see you defying all odds. So everything that you once said had too much power over you, you're kind of overcoming yourself and being your own hero and becoming the main character in your own story. Quite literally, that is what I heard. So we have the Sun card. Paint the sun back into your sky. It speaks for itself. You guys are going after your own happiness and learning how to create what it is that you want for yourself, with the number 11 being here and number 30. You're learning more about yourself to learn about what it is that you truly want, what it is that your heart truly desires, and what it is that truly matters to you. And with this being important for you right now, you are quite literally attracting in all it is that is going to complement where it is that your focuses have been and your ideals. Because you're focused on creating the best out of what you are given, you are literally creating that for yourself. And I think you more so living to your own satisfaction now, your own expectations. You've reclaimed your power in ways and created more stability and security and confidence within yourself, but you did it independently, which means no one can take it away from you, pile number 1. And if you don't feel that way right now, this is the road that you're on. This is what you can expect to feel. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into the animal deck because I just saw it intuitively pop up. So how is it that people are seeing pile number 1 now as a result of how they saw them then? So we have raccoon. People see you now as having overcome a lot of inner misunderstandings, harsh judgments, limitations, and learning your inner resourcefulness. You're very good at accumulating what is important or what is helpful or what is going to be helpful in the future. You're very good at also acquiring information and studying. So what I mean is you could literally watch things and then know how to do it. You could watch a tutorial and then like just know everything really well all of a sudden. You know what I mean? People also see you now as making a way when there was no way. Learning to get closer with your inner darkness and healing yourself by being self-aware. I see you confronting uncomfortable truths right now, pile number 1, about yourself. They're uncomfortable, but you know that they're helpful. And I'm sorry if that came through this reading, but that's how people are seeing you in different areas of life. You know what I'm saying? They're perceiving you as overcoming obstacles and challenges that once held you back, that you once believed you never could have overcome, outgrown. You're also very smart and you're embracing your intelligence more, your common sense. You're allowing to lead the way. I think you're embracing a lot of your own independence and your own skill sets, which is actually leading you towards abundance. I saw a bunny hopping, which is telling me that, yeah, you guys through your human experience and trials, you are gaining new forms of inspirational wisdom. And it's inspiring you in new creative ways, and it's helping you to see hope or feel the healing presence of hope be restored or rebirthed within you too. I also think that you guys are going to feel much more determined, or have been, and your determination is helping you to appear courageous, or it's giving you new motivation to move forward. So people see you breaking outside of your shell, getting more comfortable in your environments, moving much quicker than what you feel as though you were moving towards progress as well, pile number one. So people also saying that you've got style. And as I looked down, I saw 2020. So in hindsight, I think you see how much you've grown already. I think this is more just confirmation. You guys are falling back in love with life and yourself, and you're rediscovering the true beauty of who it is that you are, while understanding that you're coming back to the home of yourself. So it's important that you guys remain flexible mentally moving forward. This is going to help you to stay open-minded and will help you to see things in many different ways. You'll see value from different perspectives, and this will help you to discern what is helpful for you and what is not moving into the future. Those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope this has come positive service. And with all that being said, until next time, bye guys. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. So I have written some automatic written messages, and I noticed in pile number 1, they were almost working as activations that led me into deeper channels. So that might be a thing. I'm just going to allow the energy to guide the way. I've also got my mirror for if I need to do any mirror scrying. But I hope this comes a positive service to you guys. So I've got a few pointers here, and we'll just see where it leads us. In the past, pile number 2, I saw within meditation, something that came forward was you stand as a representative of leadership, structure, stability, and order. So people see you as someone who is quite powerful, well respected, or well known. You could be quite popular. But you hold the position of authority, either socially, within your family. You could be the head of your family. You could be like a wisdom keeper as well, because I just saw in my mirror the King of Cups, which is telling me that you guys are quite emotionally balanced, emotionally mature. You're looked up to and seen as someone who is like a guide, especially in times when people would rather hide. People see your true nature, pile number 2, whether you know this or not, despite the reflection of your lifestyle is what I just heard. I don't know. People see your value, and I don't know, perhaps you don't live in a way that reflects the true worth of what you provide or what you give. People see that in your past. I don't think you are people who are very focused on your past, because I don't feel that. Like, I don't feel the importance of the past all that much to you guys. Like, it's there, of course, but it's not like it's as important as how I feel as though you are more worried about like now and moving into the future, because your focuses have changed so much, your lifestyle's changed so much, is what I just heard too. So what else have I got written here? Your practical and logical balance, gifts, wise action. So that kind of goes along with the King of Cups. You are seen as someone who is like a mentor, a life coach. You could be a parental figure, someone who is supportive, and you help to support the development of mental abilities. A person who protects people during times of sorrow, and you mediate unions. I'm going to touch a little bit more on that, because what I meant was you kind of facilitate misunderstandings, misguided understandings. You guys could also have interest in true crime, by the way. I don't know why that was important. I'm interpreting it as true crime. I'm sorry, but did someone have in this pile have someone pass away from like something really horrific in the past? If so, I apologize so very deeply, but an energy showed up here saying that they're with you. If they were, I don't know, in a very tragic event, and you have been suffering from a lot of sorrow, they want you to know that they are with you right now. Always with you. Okay. I apologize. Moving on, collective. So what else? We also have enlightened to human emotion and behaviors. So yeah, going back to how it is that you guys mediate unions. Some of you guys are mediums, so you guys channel loved ones that have passed on. Now, when I say mediums, a lot of people are going to go straight to the thought of, oh, talking to dead people. Not necessarily. Mediums are bridges that translate information. So some people could see the death state, like as in memories of how spirits passed over. Some people will feel how it is that people felt when they passed over. Some will see it clairvoyantly, some will hear description words and be led intuitively that way. And some will claircognizantly know where, how, and why, and what is being communicated. So please understand that mediumship doesn't happen in just one way. It happens in many ways, and it's any way that you naturally flow insight and understanding, or in other words, enlightenment. That is mediumship. Any way that you receive higher information that didn't belong to you, that was applicable to you, or the service of a greater good, it is intuitive. It is passed on by spirit outside of you, because it was passed on to you through the energy. It wasn't created by you. It was received by you. You know, that's mediumship. Okay, so how it is that people saw you in the past. They saw you guys surrendering to the ebb and flow of life, going with the flow of life, and stepping into the calling when it arose or presented itself to you. So if there were opportunities, you guys would take it on and you would do everything to the best of your ability. I saw you also having people coming to you for help in the past, so people saw you as very, very helpful. I'd also say that they see you in this way now also. They see you grounded, they see you present, they see you showing up and doing what you can to the best of your ability. So how's it that people are saying Parliament 2? We have fairy spotting. You guys are looking out for the magic in life, looking to the mysterious and looking to the natural. I would say that you guys are very susceptible to energetic shifts, and you have a lot of like sensitivity to the world outside of you. Like you would notice a lot of things like synchronicities manifest, and things that you speak into existence manifest around you as well. And that's how people are seeing you. People also see you as deliverers of blessings, insights, and magic. They see you as bringing end to things that people don't want to experience anymore, and contributing to a greater cause that would serve a greater purpose. People see you also focusing in on wanting to start a new beginning in some area of your life. Perhaps some of you are setting out on a new adventure. People see you as adventuring the world right now. You could be focused on just staying stable, appreciating the simplicities of life, the natural beauties of life, and also focusing on how it is that you can be growing and bettering yourself, and what it is that you can discover about your potential and your capabilities. You are on a road to gradual wealth, by the way, just so you know, because a man holding a coin came out here. Gradual wealth means you're consistently going to be earning a favorable and comfortable amount, and with time and accumulation you will gain more and more and more. This is what's in the foreseeable future, or this is how people are seeing you right now. Working on gaining more money, stability, focusing in on the simplicities of life and being fulfilled with what it is that you have, living in gratitude, and also showing up in the best ways that you can in life. People see you as a family person, someone with positive intentions, equal intentions, and someone who cares about the rights of everyone around you. They see you as bringing in new opportunities, new perspectives of ways to look at life as well. Some people could see you as storytellers or people that help others to look into the deeper meanings and importances of life. You help provide life lessons to people outside of you, and you brighten even the dullest of moments. You really do. Especially when you feel good within yourself, or you're feeling motivated to make your presence known in situations, circumstances, or with people. You mediate misunderstandings, and you could also have a gift of bringing people together. Yeah, I think some people could see you as like a cupid, or like someone who brings other people who are alike together. And there are some people who will have forever friendships thanks to you. People are really privileged, or they feel really privileged to know you. A lot of people learn from you as well. You set really positive examples for people outside of you, and that's how people see you, pal. Number two. How do people see column number 2 right now? It's very straightforward. People see you right now speaking through your authentic voice and not really caring what other people say. You stand up to what you know is wrong, and you stand up for what you know is right. You're not fake, you're not phony. You say it like it is and how you see it. People trust you because when you speak from honesty, even if it's not going to be a nice truth. You are honest about it, and people really do appreciate your communication style. Who it is that you are really shines through the way you present yourself. You live intentionally. And I'd say that, yeah, people are saying that you're onto some really good stuff. You're growing something into creation right now. And there's also a lot of unrealized creative potential within you, and a lot of blessings that have not come forward yet. They have yet to manifest for you because they are still incubating. We'll say it that way. So that's something you have to look forward to, and people can see that within you now too, that you are still like nurturing yourself into your full potential, but you're happy with what you have, you're happy with where you're at, and people see you as comfortable and doing well for yourself. They also see you as divinely connected, pile number 2, and this is something I feel as though you already know. You guys have broken free from a lot of situations that should have robbed you of your power. People that should robbed you of your power, you broke free of. And you have been learning more about yourself and gaining higher perspectives of life and your situation, your importance, purpose, and presence here. How respected you are and how respected you will be. You're like expanding your vision of what you can have and what you can create. And I don't know, yeah, perhaps there were things around you that held you back, but you've gained a higher guidance about how it is that you can strategize towards your goals. I think you guys want balance, or more balance in your life, and I see that coming into materialization as well. If you are looking for love, it is going to come in the future, pile number 2. I feel like it's been a little bit of a focus for you. Just know that you are still clearing away things that could affect the health of an ideal partnership when it comes in. You are also focusing in on yourself, healing yourself from the past, and also from the awarenesses that you have and concerns that you have based around love. The more you work on that, the more you're going to align yourself with an ideal lover that will come in when the time is perfect for you, and when you're at the perfect stage of life for this person to come in for you. Yeah. Okay. So what is it that pile number 2 need to be reminded about themselves before I move on? That you're one of a kind and you purify negativity in your space. This is how people see you. I heard that you also allow, you bring like the past to an end, pile number 2. I don't know how, but you do this for people around you, and that's how people see you. They see you also focusing in on they see you focusing in on developing your spiritual understandings, spiritual abilities, or being devoted to your spiritual practices. And they see how it's elevating you. You've made non-believers believers, and that's something that's important for you to know. You don't get enough credit or return or like validation for what it is that you do, but you're going to see that stuff pick up over the next, no, in the future, we'll put it that way. People are going to start to return to you and tell you about things that you could have prophesized about coming true. You're going to be validated and things are going to be clarified. All self-doubt that you might have left over is going to be healed and outgrown very, very soon. I don't know, there's going to be like epiphanies that are going to come to you in the very near future that is going to set you into a new wave, where it feels like new possibilities are available to you that you felt like were always like 10 steps ahead of you. That's what it feels like. All of a sudden, things that were wrong are gonna go right. The things that you've already worked really hard on that wasn't doing what you expected them to do is gonna start to manifest. You're gonna start to reap the rewards of your previous hard work. Pile number 2. Those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so very much for stopping by. And with all that being said, until next time, bye guys. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to a reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. So I have some written messages here. It came through automatic writing while I was meditating. I did them collectively at the beginning, before I started everyone's reading, but the thing that was different about you guys, it felt like you guys were doing a lot of release work currently. So I think you guys are another group where some you guys are at different processes of the journey. So I'm going to speak as consciously as I can to make it as clear as possible and relatable to each of you at whatever stage that you're at along the journey. So some of you are transitioning out of the past version of self. The way that people see you is different, but the way that you see yourself is still evolving. Or you guys could already be past this. So take it as it resonates. And I hope that this helps. But yes, you guys have been doing a lot of release work recently. This could be a release of energy, emotions, thoughts, habits, behaviors, friendships, connections, anything at all. So what I've got written here was someone in your past, you were someone who was seen to have been at a point of evaluation in life. You guys could have been really frustrated with the speed of the progress of your results. So you guys could have felt like you were doing a lot for a lack of return. I also feel as though, or had felt as though, people in your past saw you move very fast or grow very fast in something, and that you needed to preserve yourself for the sake of sustainable results. So people could have seen you as wearing yourself out, burning yourself out, or overburdening yourself with responsibilities. And I just heard people saw as though you needed more help. But you could have been shutting people out. I saw as though you were gaining an awareness of what sort of life direction you could take to invoke the appropriate changes, and this is something you were becoming aware of while analyzing your life circumstances in the past. So people saw you as very stressed, could have been almost seen as a workaholic or compulsive in your work persona focuses or perfectionism in general. You guys could have been over prioritizing or over focusing or over idealizing certain things in life, which could have also been distracting you from other important areas of life and other important focuses that would have been really helpful for you or helpful for your personal growth. So the way it is that people saw you in the past, pile number 3, they saw you as someone who approached what it was that you wanted cautiously. People saw you as someone who wasn't sure of what you wanted, and you felt as though you were probably lacking inspiration, insight, or direction towards what you felt as though was going to be truly fulfilling for you. People felt as though you were ignoring a lot of reasons to celebrate or overlooking achievements that a lot of other people would have been grateful for. It's like, I don't know, perhaps people see or had seen you made a lot more progress than what you felt as though you had made. And I think a lot of people didn't see what really went on behind the scenes, the losses that were taken, the disappointments, the worries that came with the responsibilities. A lot of people don't understand the amount of consistency and devotion that something had to take. So it could have led to a lot of misunderstandings by the people around you. Hidden depths. So people didn't really see what it was that you were really doing and what it was that you were really creating and what it was that your vision was, but people saw you as probably stuck inside a lot, boxed in or locked away from social interactions because your focuses were on other areas, either of creating in some way, shape or form, inventing, studying, learning, growing, or again working. So how is it that people see you now? Pile number 3. Moderation, doing things in balance and gaining an awareness of what you can be doing to get yourself along, but without overdoing yourself and without over investing your energy into things that drain you too much. You know what I'm saying? People could also see you as having changed your diet and having redirected your focuses. 2 moments. I thought I heard my baby, sorry, but I didn't. It's okay. So although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine, be mindful and eat healthy. Yeah, so this is saying, you know, allow yourself to indulge in the sweetness of life, but also keep it in balance. Everything is good for you as long as it's in balance. When it becomes unbalanced is when things become unhealthy. This is probably a mindset that you guys have that a lot of other people are noticing about you as well. So what are people realizing about pile number 3 that they didn't know from before? Or what they didn't know before? We have the Healer of Ages. And then we have the first chakra, the root chakra. So what this is telling me is that what people have realized that they didn't know about you is that you're a healer of instability, insecurity, the breakdown of foundations. You also help people to understand their frustrations, and you are someone who has healed yourself into self-discipline. People have realized that not many things outside of you can move you, shift you, shake you, or make you change involuntary. People can't manipulate you, and you also help people to heal from manipulations themselves. This could be in business, this could be in the realm of love, this could be in the realm of partnership in any which way, shape or form. This could also be in the sense of you help people to overcome their own inner conflicts, inner doubts, inner challenges, inner instabilities that then set them out on a path of creating a life that reflects who it is that they authentically are. Does that make sense, pile number 3? I think that you could have become also over invested in something. Yeah. You could have become over invested in something and it could have affected your health, and now you create awareness around this importance or this focus. Some of you guys are personal trainers. Some of you guys really enjoy sports. This helps you to channel your energies. And some people have also realized that you guys have a gift for saying the right thing, doing the right thing when people need it, or showing up at the right time. I don't know how, and I think you don't even know how. It's the energies that align you. People outside of you also see you as an example of being able to create the perfect kind of life. And I think the way that you do this is by showing people that the important thing is the quality of life within, that then gets recreated in the quality of life outside. This is something that a lot of people have realized about you and see in you now, placing importance and priority on. Pile number 3, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see here. How else are people seeing pile number 3 now versus then? Back then, people saw you wanting to take control of your life, take control of the narrative, the environment, the location, and the things that you do. I think people saw you as someone who wanted to be more honest with the world around you and with yourself. And people saw you making more promises to yourself that you vowed you'd keep. And now people see you as someone who surrounds yourself with those who reflect you, those who love you, those who you have deep and meaningful connections with. You build with love, you do with love, you lead with love. And love has many different expressions, forms, and faces. So whatever is true to you, you do more of. And this is bringing a completion to all that is not in reflection of you. So you're correcting your life direction, and you're correcting a lot of opinions and views outside of you. Pile number 3, by proving people wrong. People made a lot of assumptions about your capability in the past because they didn't understand what you were doing and why you were doing it, or really what you were working on long term. They didn't see the value of what it was that you were doing. But instead of showing them or getting even, you just cut them out. And to be honest, it's a karmic return for these people to have been cut off, because you are going to be successful in your life, no matter what it is that you choose to do, because of who you are and your mindset and how it is that you invest yourself, your focus, and your energy. Quite literally, you guys have what feels like a life mission, and you answering to this is the most important thing of all, because this is you being true to yourself. And in one way, shape, or form, life is going to return to you what you deserve because of what you've done, what you've achieved for yourself, and the hard work you've put in. But I think after bringing more balance into your life, you're seeing how happiness, return, reward comes from many different areas rather than just one focus, like work, service, what you can provide, and what you are capable of. And this is something that is healing you and moving you into new life directions and opportunities. Pile number 3. How is it that people are seeing you now? One more. Animal totems. People see you as someone who is stepping into your sovereignty, into self-acceptance, and into wholeness. They see you as navigating all it is that you once didn't realize about yourself, and embracing who it is that you are, and no longer keeping yourself small for the benefit or satisfaction of other people. They see you as venturing outside of your comfort zones, expanding your reach. And for those of you who do art, people are seeing how creative you are. You have like a creative style that is all of your own, and it's got like a magic sort of element infused in it, because on the bottom of the deck was the unicorn totem. Yeah, there's like a magic or like an intuitively guided way of doing things, and this is saying it's going to get you really far. So if you work in art, or beauty, or like I want to say like law, this is saying allow your intuition to guide your way, because it's helping you to navigate the best direction moving forward. For those of you who are into things like health, bodybuilding, life coach, body language, things that require you to be either defensive, protective, or investigative, you intuitively receive information and insight or understanding about challenges that are upcoming. It's important that you use these premonitions to prepare, and your premonitions will prove your intuitive connection quite strong, if that makes sense. I think you guys might feel as though you lose a lot of focus over these next 30 to 60 days. And when you do, it's important that you do fall back and rely more on your intuitive guidance, better judgment, higher forms of advice and insight and knowledge. Instead of navigating the realm of uncertainties with no aim, goal, or form of preparation. There's no good looking into things too deeply without reason these next 30 to 60 days. Pile number 3, it's going to help you to avoid delays, miscommunications, and conflicts. It also help you to stay out of territories that you don't need to be in or venturing into, which means you don't need to be looking into environments or situations of life that are not present to you over these next 30 to 60 days. This will help you to keep you grounded and keep your focus in the present. That will help you to intuit information much more easily. So if you've had your focuses in many different areas of life, especially like government or world issues, this is saying recenter your focus and bring yourself back to the home of yourself. Okay. Some people feel as though you guys are using magic to navigate through life right now. Assert yourself for the hard work that you've done. Remind people, no, you didn't get what you've got easy. You put a lot of work into this, and you've had to do a lot of growth and a lot of development. They're just jealous and trying to, like, what's the word? Minimize your achievements. Don't let them. You don't have to prove yourself. It's more like if people are insulting you, stick up for yourself. You'll know what's worth the argument and what's not, because we have the arrow master, which means you'll know what's important to target and what's not important to target. And when you do let go of your arrow, you'll hit things on the marker, so you'll intuitively know what's worth it and what's not. It's important that you stick up for yourself once again, because it's going to help you to bring like tie up loose ends to a karmic lesson that you thought would never end, but you're coming out on the other side of pile number 3. So those are the messages I have for you today. Please try to stay positive about the things that you were kind of doubtful of, because the more positive you can stay, the more you will see through your third eye what you can do in the present with what you have, to then further support what you've been doubting into creation. You know what I'm saying? Doubt is the permission of a creative block. So just remember that, and you'll find yourself not really having any issues with self-confrontation or delays. Again, those are the messages I have for you today. Pile number 3, I hope this has come positive service. And with all that being said, until next time, bye.